Okay, the recording is started. It's 1:39. I'll pass it to whoever would like to speak.
So what
Hi.
is it we can do to pressure the legislator to fill those vacancies?
Well, we're gonna open the meeting for public recording. My name is Carla Raimundi, Agency of Natural Resources. And for the record, I want to communicate that this meeting started at 1 p.m. As per the agenda indicated, the purpose of this meeting is to have a conversation with the Advisory Council regarding entering into an executive session. We opened the forum at 1 and we are waiting for council members to join to make quorum meets, which is 6 current advisory council members from a total of 11 seats in the Environmental Justice Advisory Council. Currently, we have 5 present. We would be missing 1 seated member, and I will open up the meeting for folks if there are any questions regarding executive session or any other matter the council would like to address at this time while we wait for potentially another council member to join so that we can have a conversation regarding entering into executive session and a vote.
I've got a question that just for clarification around, so I think last meeting we also didn't have quorum, and I just want to confirm that that means that that meeting doesn't officially count as one of our meetings. And I guess a follow-up to that question, but I would love to know how many we're at for this year, you know, just in terms of how many we're allowed to have and how many we officially had. And also what happens, I'm thinking about the stipend and what happens if, you know, like last time, if we didn't have quorum, but we still had the meeting, is it the same stipend or do we drop down to that other stipend amount, that $6 an hour type thing? And yeah, just looking for clarity.
I just want to answer your first question, Jennifer, that because if there's not quorum, it wouldn't count as an official meeting of the body. So just to answer that question. And then I just wanted to confirm, Victor, what we said at the beginning, though, that quorum includes majority of the full body, including vacancies. So just confirming that.
And just to answer your other question, Jennifer, our attendance records show that of the 4 meetings, not including this one that we've held so far this year, 3 of them we've been able to achieve quorum. The meeting held last time, which was July 10th, we didn't have any decision making as a point of business, and so I would defer to Rachel on like if no decision making has occurred, if no vote or official business has occurred, does that still constitute as a public meeting? I mean, we treated it as such.
If there's quorum, it would be a meeting of the body. So that's the trigger. But if there is not quorum, you know, the group could still meet, but it would not, no official business could be taken at that meeting. So I don't know if that answers the question, but it wouldn't count towards the total. And I guess another way to answer the question is even if you had quorum, but you did not do, you know, official business, that would still count as a meeting. Or, I mean, even if you had quorum, but for example, you didn't take any official votes, that still counts as a meeting.
And then to address your other question, Jennifer, about you know, expense reimbursement, I believe that regardless of if the meetings are considered, you know, official business or not, you're able to record the time that you dedicate to this role on your expense form the same way. Carla, would you be able to confirm that?
Confirm.
But I thought Rachel just said that so last meeting wasn't a meeting, so I think it's a different rate, is it not? If we're attending this meeting, it's a set number, and then if we're doing work outside of the official meeting, it's another calculation, right?
I will need
not
to
sure.
check on that, Jennifer.
We can check that.
Yeah, I'll check on that and get back to you regarding the rate of the stipend. But definitely qualify for a stipend whenever you are engaging in business for the council, regardless of whether it's a meeting with quorum or a gathering.
Okay, yeah, but
I'll-
for these meetings, no matter, regardless of if they're a 2-hour meeting or a 5-hour meeting, there's like a stipend per meeting, right? And then outside, there's like an hourly rate. That's how I understand it. But yeah, it'd be great to get clarity.
The council had agreed to wait until 1:45. It's 1:46. I would like to re-ask the question about how much more time would you all like to wait to check and give opportunity for another council member to join and meet the quorum necessary to discuss the executive session and enter into an executive session to review the community engagement RFP, informing the creation of the mapping tool under the Vermont Environmental Justice Law.
I personally would be interested.
I'm so sorry. I just was able to get a hold of Miriam, and she said that she's in another meeting, but she will hop on to vote.
I would be happy to reschedule this meeting myself. I think, if we only have till 3 and we won't even have, most of the council.
Victor, were you saying something?
I
Did
was
I
just going
hear
to.
Go ahead.
I have an advantage here as far as like speaking because I am visual and I would give way to folks on the phone.
Mariam just joined the meeting, and Brittany, you were going to say something, please.
I just want to confirm, with Miriam joining the meeting, do we now have quorum?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Miriam. We appreciate it. We know you are doing something else.
Yeah, thank you. So sorry, I have some meetings externally, like with the team I'm like doing research on. So I didn't really have the freedom to choose time with them. So I'm here for I can stay for 5 to 10 minutes. I just left that meeting and I rejoined them.
So I think the question then on the table is if the group would like to deliberate and move for executive session and proceed today, or try to reschedule and see if we can get quorum to enter into executive session on a different day. Is that the topic?
Would it require more than 10 minutes of deliberations to finalize?
I don't think so. If this group is supportive, we could make the motion and enter into executive session. Probably it would only take 5-10 minutes.
Yeah. But then we would be in executive session, right? And we would be really engaging in documents that you all want to share with us and talking about this community engagement RFP. Is that what the next hour would be?
Right,
Yes.
and so that returns to the question that Jennifer posed, which is that if the partner emails are currently not functioning, or if folks are not currently able to join this email via their computers due to, their personal emails also not being able to join this meeting, how will they engage? And so I'm also just going to reiterate that if folks are having issues with their partner emails, please give us a phone call because we can help resolve that. But that also still leaves open the question of what do we do for this meeting, and would it be a viable alternative to schedule another meeting in which you can utilize the executive session you voted on to actually do this consultation when you can access the document?
I have a question for Victor and Mariam. Which email are you using to join the conversation? Because you have visual too.
I am using my personal email. But I also don't have a community email right now.
Okay, and Mariam, are you using your personal email?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
using personal email.
Okay.
It may be that they have
I-
an Outlook account with their personal email. But I'm just saying there's back end stuff that if they use Outlook at all, that may be why they can use it and others can't.
Yeah, that makes sense, Jennifer. Again, I'm sorry that that's happening with your email.
One option is kind of along the line, again, one option is kind of along the lines of what Victor asked earlier. Can the body here vote to enter into an executive session at a later date? And then that meeting could just be the executive session versus voting into it in the next meeting. So one option could be, again, I need to confirm if that would be compliant with the open meeting law, but we could just take a vote just in case, since we do have quorum. And use that as a backup plan. Again, I don't want to make any promises, but I can get confirmation if that would be appropriate. So I guess, Jennifer, if you would like to, wait for a date that everyone could participate fully, we could try to go ahead and just vote on the executive session now, and I can try to get confirmation that then that would count as a vote, that we could just hold open the space at a separate meeting. I'm not sure if I'm being clear, but just want to offer that as a potential avenue.
It makes sense to me if that's what the other council members want to do. It just depends how people in the next hour.
I would appreciate that.
I'm
I
fine
would
with that.
appreciate it as well. This is Walter. I would appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm fine with that too.
Okay, just for the sake of time. Oh, Carla, I guess I propose that maybe I put on the screen the procedure for entering into the session so that you all can make your motion and have discussion and get a vote before we lose quorum. And I will get confirmation, and then the next question is just scheduling the follow-up. Does that sound good?
Yeah, we can get the vote on executive session, and then once we enter executive session, I can share then what I was wanting to share regarding scheduling. If that's okay
Well,
with
yeah,
everyone, so that we
scheduling
don't
just-
lose quorum.
Yeah, scheduling can happen, yeah, whether recording's on or off, but let me go ahead and share my screen then for the procedure. So I don't know who was on the last meeting or not where we gave an overview of executive session, but I just want to be clear that this would be a non-recorded private conversation between the advisory council. This is permitted under the open meeting law to discuss matters related to contracting or other issues that are listed in the statute. So because an RFP or request for proposal draft is part of a contracting process, this would be an appropriate use of executive session. This would allow the body to discuss and deliberate on the draft RFP while protecting the procurement process that needs to provide fair opportunity to contractors. So I'm going to just scroll through some of these just quickly. So here's the procedure to enter into executive session. I don't know if, well, I guess there's folks on the phone that can't see the screen. But the procedure is that one council member must make a motion to enter into executive session. a different council member must second the motion. The motion must include the rationale for entering into executive session and provide the authority for entering into the executive session. And then the council can deliberate and discuss and then take a vote in favor of the session. I do have like a sample motion on the screen. So if one of the council members that can see it wants to make the motion, you could just read what I've written here, or happy to answer any questions about the process. One thing that's important is that we have to make a finding that explains why sharing the draft RFP prematurely would create a substantial disadvantage to members of the public. So in the sample motion I've drafted here on the screen, I kind of provided some sample language about how you might justify that. So I'll stop talking if there's any questions about the process or the reasoning.
It may be beneficial to read the sample motion for folks who are not able to see the screen, who are joining on their phones.
Okay. So a sample motion would be, I list your name, move to enter into executive session for the purpose of discussing a contracting process pursuant to the open meeting law. If you can see the screen, you could say 1 VSA 313, but you could just say open meeting law. The discussion will be limited to reviewing and discussing the draft RFP. Sharing the draft RFP prematurely with the general public could place some potential bidders on the RFP at a substantial disadvantage over others who did not have advanced access to it and create unfairness during the procurement process. And then additionally, because the executive session usually just involves council members, you should list in your motion whether and who from outside the council, such as A&R staff, should be included. So I would recommend that you say, I move for A&R staff members, and then list who should be included in the executive session in order to present and answer questions about the RFP. Doesn't have to be, these aren't magic words, but if you did want to read this as your motion, that would be appropriate too.
Would it be then useful for me to then read it as one of the people who actually has eyes on this to introduce the motion for seconding?
Yeah, I think so. If you'd like to make the motion, Victor, that'd be great.
Okay. I move to enter into executive session for the purpose of discussing a contracting process pursuant to 1 VSA 313A1A. The discussion will be limited to reviewing and discussing the draft community engagement requests for proposals RFP for the development of an EJ mapping tool. Sharing the draft RFP prematurely with the general public could place some potential bidders on the RFP at a substantial disadvantage over others who did not have advanced access to it and create unfairness during the procurement process. I move for A&R staff. I believe that would be, can I say all present?
Yeah, that's fine.
All present to be included in the executive session in order to present and answer questions about the RFP, about the draft RFP.
Okay, does anyone second Victor's motion?
I second.
That's Jennifer. Any discussion? Questions or deliberation? Okay, should we just move through vote? And maybe Juliet, the best thing is for you to do roll call on who's here and mark the vote.
That sounds good. Victor, your hand.
That was a vote in advance.
Okay,
Victor's ready
so
to
we've got an affirmative vote from Victor. Let's see, Brittany,
I join in the vote.
thank you. Jennifer,
Yes.
Walter,
Yes.
awesome. Miriam
Yes.
and Angela,
Yes.
phenomenal. That's 6 affirmative votes out of 6 folks present.
Okay, we did it. I'll get confirmation that we don't have to do this again so that we don't have to wait for quorum. But it seems like the next discussion is scheduling the follow-up session unless, I'm assuming the folks decided we're not going to enter into executive session now because of the screen sharing limitations. So maybe the conversation should move to scheduling. And then I'm going to stop talking.
Miriam, since you have to hop off pretty much right away, can you support us in naming some dates that might be available for you?
Oh, do you have an option? I can just confirm whether that's a yes or a no. I know right now that on what dates I'm not available at all, and those are in August actually. It's 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th. So I guess it's only 15th and 18th for now. 20th as well. I'm not available on 20th August as well. These 3 dates I'm not available. Otherwise, I am flexible.
Do you have any availability in July if we tried to move this through quickly?
Carla, I see your hand.
Yes. Yeah.
So like next week?
Apart from Thursday, for 1 hour only, 1 to 2, I'm available.
Okay, next week. Let's see if we can get next week for the rest. Thank you, Mary.
Sorry, thank you so much. And I'm so sorry I have to hop off. I couldn't be there on time on this meeting. Thank you all for accommodating.
Thanks
Bye.
for joining, Miriam.
Bye.
Well, Susanna's schedule is busy, but if she's not able to make it, I'll be here. So you can count on us. Or is very flexible, whatever. Yeah.
Carla, I know you had your hand up.
I was gonna mention that, the sooner the better. I am very glad that Mariam is available next week. I think that would be optimal. And so I think we should try to work with the date that she offered. Mariam is usually very, very busy, so this is a lucky break for us, to be able to do this together.
I think
So,
she
yeah,
said,
let's-
did you guys hear she was flexible all week except for an hour on Thursday? Not that she was saying only for an hour on Thursday, right? I think she had flexibility next week. Is that what you heard?
I
No,
interpreted
no.
it as being, oh, sorry, go ahead.
She said she had 1 hour on Thursday to meet with us.
Okay, I misunderstood. So Thursday at 1 was what she proposed? Okay, what date? That is the 31st.
So, sorry, just so we're clear, what I heard was, and I'm just gonna check the transcript, was apart from Thursday, she's available 1
That's
to
what I
2.
heard, but
So
maybe
I
I
don't know if
misheard.
other people interpreted that differently. I think that it's really important though.
I'll try to text her and see if she can respond.
Yeah, just confirm one more, because I heard every day but Thursday at 1, but that would be a lot of availability, so maybe that was wrong. Should we just go around maybe the room and get everyone else's, just so we can see where there's overlap?
Let's start with the Thursday because it's the slimmest, and more difficult to hit. So why don't we go around, folks? Julia, can you go in the same order that you recorded votes?
Yes. Victor, Oh, I think you're muted, sorry.
This is the state availability, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I am available most times next week. If we are aiming for Thursday, I am free with the exception of a 3:30 to 5 p.m. Session. But outside of that, I would be free pretty much every Thursday. And she said, so just confirm, because there was a lot of things said back and forth. Miriam said that they were free for only an hour on Thursday, or was it the inverse?
So the transcript says, quote unquote, apart from Thursday for only 1 hour, or for 1 hour, only 1 to 2, I'm available next week. So I'm interpreting that as saying that she is not available Thursday from 1 to 2.
Okay, I would. It sounds like in general maybe we should just be aiming for Thursday broadly for sure, and then nailing down a more specific time frame. But I would be free on Thursday with the exception of, once again, 3:30 to 5.
Thank you, Victor. So next in the order that we did before was Brittany.
We also ask about Friday, because can we just do 2 days?
Yes.
Thursday's really hard for me.
Okay, thank you, Jennifer.
Okay, can you hear me? Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
oh, okay. So I am free Thursday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., from 11 a.m. to 12, and from 2 to 3. And then on Friday, I have a lot of availability and can be available anytime after 11.
Great. Thank you so much. And then Victor, just to confirm, since we're also talking about Thursday, could you share your availability for Thursday, or excuse me, Friday? That'd be Friday, I guess August 1st. Oh, I see. I'm also available, or I'm also free most of Friday. Thank you. Okay, so next would be Jennifer.
Yes, I'm free Friday after 11:30, and on Thursday I'm free after 2 o'clock.
Thank you. You said Friday after 11:30.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Next
just
we'll
heard-
go to, oh, sorry, go ahead, Kim.
I just heard from Miriam. She said she's available next week, except Thursday from 1 to 2.
Okay, so that would be every day from 1 to 2.
It just
Except
seems like
Thursday,
she
1
has
to 2.
availability, but Thursday from 1 to 2, she's definitely not available.
Oh my gosh, I keep misinterpreting
Okay,
everything. Okay.
I said, are you only available next Thursday from 1 to 2, or next week all the time except Thursday from 1 to 2? And she said, except Thursday 1 to 2.
Okay, great. Wow. All right. That's good to know. So then next on the list would be Walter. Are you still on the call, Walter?
Yes, I am. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello? Good.
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you.
Did you want to share your availability for next Thursday and Friday?
Oh.
That would be, I think, the 31st and the 1st.
Probably more likely Thursday and not Friday. I'm 7 hours ahead of you.
Right.
Folks eat dinner late and probably have plans Friday evening. So if we were going to do an hour meeting, let's say Thursday would Could be available. That's the 31st, correct? Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Thank you, Walter. And thanks for, making this work. I know you're on a time difference and you're presumably in Cyprus for recreation. So like, thank you for being here at this
No,
meeting.
no,
Oh, okay.
I'm actually it's sort of like a working holiday, but yeah, I'm actually
okay.
working at a church here.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. That's really cool. Again, thank you for being here, Walter. And then the last two folks who were on this call, we already heard from, that was Miriam and Angela. So it looks like we have general consensus that probably Thursday after 2 p.m., sometime after 2 p.m. works for most people. Brittany specifically said 2 to 3 is an available gap. So that looks like we've got consensus, at least from the folks here, that works for everybody.
If I may say something, if we want to provide 2 hours, I believe Victor will not be available. If we start at 2 to 4.
Right. Brittany also is only available from 2 to 3, just to acknowledge. So
And I believe 2 hours would be ideal so that there's opportunity to meaningfully engage with the document.
right.
Did you say
So
I
then-
wouldn't be available from 2 to 4?
Yeah, I believe you said on Thursday you were not available from 3:30 to
Yeah.
5. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Got it.
Yeah, I'm just
It
trying
could-
to make sure that we have 2 hours. And if we
I guess-
started at 2, then you will not have those 2 full hours. And
One-
I think 2 hours is important.
One thing, it sounded like Walter couldn't do Friday evening his time, but he could do, like, if we met early Friday morning, like in the morning, was there a window of time? And then as long as Walter isn't too late in his day, could Friday morning be a possibility?
It looks like the earliest we could start on Friday would be 11:30 a.m. our time, EST.
That would be the earliest.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, this is Walter. I have a conflict I have a conflict Friday, August 1st. I have a meeting which is 6 o'clock my time, which is 11 o'clock,
Okay.
I think, Eastern time.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
just for probably, and Thursday, a meeting at 2 would mean it would start at 9 o'clock for me. I could do 2 to 4, but whatever, I cannot meet, that'll be after 11. I won't be much good after that, 11 p.m. here. So it would have to be, like if it was going to start at 2 to 4 is a window, but it's a firm window. So
Maybe what we do, Juliet, is doodle the one, like the 2 options that we kind of had some overlap and see, because obviously there's others that aren't present. I'm seeing a thumbs up, Victor. Would that
I
be
would also be very willing to just tell my people in advance that I'll be late on Thursday to give that full 2 to 4. I won't lose much by showing up 30 minutes late to the meeting I have.
Thank you, Victor.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
so I think that sending a doodle poll is also important just because there's folks who are not here. And that we haven't heard from. So I think we can definitely do that. And again, acknowledging that some folks are having issues accessing their partner emails, we will make sure to send that doodle poll as per usual to both your partner email and the personal or work email that you have shared with us that you would prefer to receive communications from. But if everyone could please, when we send that doodle poll, aim to respond basically ASAP, that would be extremely helpful. Because as you can hear from just having this conversation, it is very hard to schedule this group, especially with, short notice. So does that work for everybody?
Yes.
Awesome. So we'll
Works
try
for
and
me.
send a doodle poll that has a slot, availability slot on Thursday as well as an availability slot on Wednesday. And we'll try and get Trey, Mariana, and Rich to weigh in as well. Carla?
An administrative note, we will make, we will make sure that your partner emails are working before that meeting. So please be on the lookout for either a message to your personal emails from us trying to connect with you to troubleshoot your partner email before then. And the other thing I wanted to mention is that we will include in the doodle poll the Thursday date from 2 to 4, which there's consensus that here it
Yeah.
works for everyone.
That way we don't waste our time in the thing that we have just done. If that works for mostly everybody, then make sure that the rule contains that option. And if people don't reply, then we can just stick with that because we already know it works.
Yeah,
Friday,
I was thinking to just offer, because Friday was a preference for a couple people, maybe just pick 2 dates, Juliet, that you represent. One for a Friday option, one for the Thursday, 2 p.m. maybe, but.
Yep, that sounds
Mhm.
good. And I also just want to acknowledge out loud for the record, since this was in the chat. After looking at her schedule closer, Miriam is not available on Thursday from 1 to 3:15 p.m. So
It changed again.
we'll figure this out. Okay.
Well, it changed again. It's hard to conversate while she's in her other meeting, but I'll just put the dates that she's also available in the doodle poll. So.
Okay.
It's fine.
Thank you so much. So we'll send a follow-up about this to get an executive session scheduled. Yeah, okay. Sounds good.
Including information regarding where the vote taken today can be applied to that later session.
I'm not foreseeing a problem, but I will get an answer to that question ASAP and then we can, proceed, but hopefully that won't be a problem. So I'm glad we
Thank
did the
you.
vote and hope I'll just try to make sure that can comply.
And I'll follow
Okay.
up regarding the question of the stipend, Jennifer.
And if there are folks who haven't already shared your phone number with us, I wouldn't typically call you guys for any reason except an emergency. And I think in this case, getting your partner emails up and running is really important. So if you could share your phone number, if I don't already have it, we can talk about giving you a call sometime before the executive session to troubleshoot any issues with your partner emails.
Can I tell you mine right now, just in case you don't have it?
Yeah, thanks, Walter. Would you rather, I don't know if you care if it's recorded or not for public record.
Oh, it's recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah, can after we record, I don't necessarily want it recorded, but yeah,
Okay.
after.
Yeah, I hear that.
In an email is good.
Yeah, sorry, Walter.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, is there anything else that we want to address, or are we thinking about closing out for now and following up?
I think we can adjourn. I think this has been an eventful meeting filled with action. But we did it. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here, for showing up. And we'll talk really soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All
Thanks,
right.
everyone.
Goodbye.